an opportunity to... He's back.
The Crooked Man.
Thank God.
Motherfucker.
Are you okay? It's been hours. We were worried you'd run into some trouble. At the Crooked Man's place.
It's nothing, I'm fine.
I guess you've been worse. You did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well, but that, you know... I'm just glad you made it back in one piece.
It's about time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting for?
You killed Lily!
She was my sister!
How could
What do
you?
you have to say for
Where the
yourself?
fuck do you get off? You think you have the right to just do this to people? You're a fucking crook!
This. You should be ashamed.
Everyone, can I have your attention? Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible. The Crooked Man is charged with the murder of
As
Faith
I already
and...
informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porgy who killed those women.
哇，这个时候还在狡辩呢。
It was Georgie?
Georgie?
I don't mean to interrupt you, Miss White.
Georgie may have killed them.
你这个叫教唆杀人罪
Do I
啊！
have to explain the situation to you again?
Wait a minute. So you're saying Georgie's the motherfucker?
哇，这一个话题移转呢，战犯移转之术啊！
Yeah, you're gonna bring that shithead in too, aren't you?
Yes, Sheriff. Where is that rotten scoundrel now?
Is he
哇塞，
still
不愧是
out
智慧型的罪犯哎！
Well, where is he?
Sheriff?
Georgie was a victim of this.
但是这个时候我不得不听他说些好话，
Whole thing and now he's
毕
dead.
竟他们也是无辜的受害者。
So you see, the culprit has been punished. There's no
That
need
doesn't
for
change
this.
anything. We'll deal with it later, but right now you're the one I'm concerned with.
You called the shots. Georgie made that perfectly clear.
In which case you
反正我
still
现在
have
就是要
a
针
lot
对
to
驼背
answer
人啊！
for.
I
And
was
I
told
don't...
I
我
would
就
be
是
allowed to speak.
对人不对事，
We
怎样
have to read the rest
啊？
of the
怎样？
charges.
Other charges.
If you'd wait a moment.
I'm well aware of my rights.
我恐吓一下，看一下大家的反
I
应
should。plan to abandon the chapter entirely.
搞不好大家同意我把他干掉啊！
Right now.
In front of all these people.
Do I look like I give a shit?
After the rest of your crimes are read through, then you will have an opportunity to defend yourself, but only then.
If you insist.
哦，驼背人也有可能出自于《1001夜》哦。
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf.
很好，
Twice.
2次。
Aiding and providing monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of
诈欺、
fraud,
勒索、敲诈、
extortion,
非法占有及
racketeering,
出
and
售
the
魔法
illegal
物的
possession
罪
and
行
sale of magical artifacts.
啊！拒捕，拒捕。
Now, is there anything you would like to say?
我没有点到
First of all, I
Ah.
had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your little record book.
Bullshit! Like hell you did.
Stop the charade. We know you're in.
The rest of the charges are more than enough to deserve
We
execution.
all know who you are. We know what you've done.
Give it up already.
美女与野兽，他恨不得驼背人马上死掉，因为这样他们欠的钱就一笔勾销了。
These charges, if proven,
这时候
are
看到
enough to
他们在这旁边
justify
那个
death, upon which your body
凑热闹，我
will
就
be
觉得很好
committed to
笑
the。witching
Where it
well.
fucking belongs.
That's
So
right.
let's get
But
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
What the
You're
fuck?
really going
This
to
is
let him
about
talk?
justice. If we're ever going to pull ourselves together and make something of this town, we have to start doing things correctly. No more snap judgments, no more secrets. We are going to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
哎，
This is ridiculous.
You have the floor.
哇
Miss
塞！
White, you've all met Georgie. I don't have to
现在
tell
就
you
是
what kind of
打嘴炮就对了，看谁比较会
He was
嘴
a
啊！
total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
jeez.
get to your point or what?
说重点行吗？
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered 2 of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
Tell
This
the
is such
fucking
bullshit.
truth for
You've
once.
always been a bit of a powder keg.
哦，真的
It's
是
only a
哦，
matter of time before something like this
打脸
happened.
打他脸一下。
Georgie seemed pretty convinced he didn't have a say in the matter.
He clearly misunderstood my intention.
Really?
I would never authorize such an act.
Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
你们真的有人相信这些屁
When
话
you？ finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
What's he talking about?
You weren't being helpful. You were trying to set me up. Your people tried to kill me.
They get a bit carried away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end. They do it because they want to protect me, as I protected them. You understand wanting to protect
我真的快听不下去，在讲些废话哎。
anything. You might even give up an innocent man just to save someone.
他们并不想保护你好吗
Yeah, right. They don't do it because they want to protect you. You intimidate people. Use scare tactics. They're afraid if they don't follow orders, they'll end up dead.
Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that, hired help. I see some of them are here among you. They are
真想把他另外一只眼
They're all
眼皮也给他拉出来啊！
as Georgie was.
What about Lily? She wasn't free. She wasn't given a choice. Do you really think she wanted... that any of those girls wanted their lives like that?
I'm sorry, Holly. I'm sorry that your sister asked me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my better judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah, that's what you did to us. How you kept us all
You
in
forget it
line.
was not me who put you in that position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant. When your government abandoned you, left you poor and helpless, sniveling on street
哦，
corners,
这时候拿
I
出
was
这
there to look
个
out for you,
柔情攻势啊！
Yes, but
wasn't I?
We didn't abandon anyone. We've been trying to help them.
他现在把罪怪到那个政府这
What
边
about
来了。
Auntie Greenleaf?
绿叶阿姨呢？
Not uncommon. She left everything she had.
我可没有烧掉你的树哦，你要站在我这里哦。
Anyway, with nowhere else to turn, she came to me for help. And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back, and in turn we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours. Because I helped her, she was able to make a living, provide for herself. And what did they do?
For the longest time, not much. But they asked me to come work for them.
真的很想给他一
The new
拳
deputy
哎！
mayor wants you on the 13th floor.
No. The wolf offered me the job.
哦，
She wanted my tree destroyed. If she had her way, I'd be hung out to dry on a clothesline by now.
What?
you were gonna burn her tree? Snow, why would you want that?
Is that true? I know what you're doing, and it's not gonna work. You can't manipulate us or these people.
说
We're
到
not
底
here to talk
Oh,
about
we're
this.
not?
Bigby just
This
means
is important, and I'm glad it's being
他还是没有站在我们这边
You
吧
know？why I asked him to
现
destroy
在
me.
挑拨离间
You
哎
were！working with Crane and the Crooked Man.
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting
因为
to
他
fuck
想
you,
上你
and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with the Crooked Man.
We've made some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town.
哇，怎么话锋一转？
And that may not always
现在转到
be
白
clear
雪身上
right
了。
away, but I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you. And so does the sheriff.
Yeah, right.
I can't
感人
promise
大
you
结局了吗？
perfection. No one can. But I can promise to always have your best interests at heart.
Like you did with her?
Things haven't been great for a while now, but we'll do better at protecting you from people like him.
The Crooked Man's been exploiting you, exploiting your hope for a better life. You would go to him for help, and he would take that weakness and add it to his strength. And if things didn't fall exactly his way, someone would die.
We're not gonna tolerate this shit anymore. The debts
应该要
are
解
right.
除这种现状啊！
Business is closed. He's done.
一定要打破这个僵局，才有办法重新开始
You're
啊
all！ still afraid of him, even now. But you needn't be. His contamination of this town is over, and those girls will have their justice.
我真的不怀疑白雪公主会笨到再吃一次毒苹果。
Very good, very good.
只是觉得她很笨，就对。哇，全部人站成两边哦。警长拿不出我和凶杀案的关键证据。
I'm no barrister, but I think such a statement would carry more weight if Bigby weren't the only one to whom Georgie spoke.
他现在钻法律漏洞啊
！History.
What are you talking about?
Snow?
What about your history? All you've done to this fucking town?
What do you mean there's no evidence?
Maybe he's... I mean, this doesn't feel right, how we're doing this. I just
Of course it's right. This man tormented all of you for profit. Georgie killed them.
Let me just make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Of course. Where are you going with this?
Well, by that logic, Miss White should be on trial for Tweedledum.
照这个逻辑，白雪应该为阿瓜的死所负责。 哎，拜托啊！我这是正，
Don't make him a murderer,
doesn't it?
For fuck's sake!
我是正当执行我的勤务吧？
You were there to retrieve Crane. You didn't need to escalate things.
Me? It was them. And who sent those two freaks anyway?
Bigby and I have already discussed his behavior that night. We're handling it internally.
Where have I heard that before? How about the way he treated poor Tweedledee when he was in your custody?
当然，在你的监管下的时候，你怎么监管那个阿呆的？我记得那时候我们一直揍他吧。
You can't be serious.
That was different.
他在转移那个话题啊。
Don't try to turn this around on us.
Besides, Crane was still deputy mayor when that happened. Right before you decided to kidnap him.
It was for his own protection. Oh, you're right, dear. Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
That's enough.
So, you won't answer for your employees' behavior, but I must perish for mine.
This is completely different.
I did not order those two girls dead. It simply never happened. Georgie killed Faith and Lily. End of story. They want to scapegoat me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to answer for their own.
他这样逻辑不对啊。
This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you.
Listen, I
他
know.
说他的员工杀了人，可是毕格比也杀了人，
This isn't the reason we're here.
所以同样的，如果上司都要受到那个惩罚的话，白雪也要负起这个责任。不过我们是站在政府的角度，我们虽然是合法的这个防卫吧。你这是非法杀人啊！
Judging you, treating you as mindless children, too stupid to command your own destiny.
又来了，他要把人拉了过去了。干什么？你要站在我这里啊！他现在如果被判死刑的话，你们就不用还钱了。
Bigby, Miss White.
哈哈，小美人鱼是你。
Excuse me, dear.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say something.
Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath a little
What's she doing here?
丝带的魔法还在不在啊？因为原版的丝带女孩已经死掉了嘛。
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Bluebeard.
What?
She has something to say, and we're gonna listen. Go right ahead.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just shut up.
哦哟，
You enslaved
这么
us
煞
for
气哦。
years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped just one toe out of line. And we couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons. But you know what? Now it's my turn to talk. I found
魔法已经失效了，所以他可以大胆的说真话。
Did he?
Sheriff, this is highly irregular.
Be quiet.
We need to establish some order here.
Vivian wanted you freed from the ribbons. She took her own life.
I'm sorry, I don't...
Marissa! My name is Nerissa.
我们有证人了。
It's going to be just...
He ordered them dead. This fucker. Faith and Lily.
That's a lie.
I was in the goddamn room when he did it. Faith and Lily are dead because of you. The only two people who ever gave a damn about me. And now I can finally say...
哇，原来他是个狠角色哦。
And this just confirms it.
He made Georgie do it. It was always him. Georgie would have never done anything without his say-so. Ever.
You're going to take the word of a stupid...
At least 5 other girls will back me up on this. We all heard you say it.
Did you now?
Looks like we found our evidence.
She saw it firsthand.
He's guilty.
Good enough for me.
Me too.
So that's it, right?
Calm down the witching well.
Nah, that's too fucking easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen to yourselves!
You're all rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to the next. So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you.
What, you take 2 people's lives away and now you want mercy?
You know we can't let you go free after this.
You're done talking, crooked man. You had your chance.
如果他们继续选择站在驼背人这一方啦，他们一辈子也没办法解脱啊。
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty. I know that, but we don't have to kill anybody. We
大家醒醒啊！你们醒醒啊
Lock him up forever, somewhere he can never hurt anyone again.
How can we be sure he won't escape?
I can help. We'll use magic.
That's not good enough.
Maybe
There will
she
be
has a
more
point.
if he
老还灯啊，有啦。
So we get rid of him.
Dangerous.
Get him out of
We
here.
can send him
Everyone,
away.
listen up! Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a suitable punishment. So I think
This is going nowhere.
someone needs to make a decision. Who?
啊，
I hope you
投票
all suggest
投票
yourself.
You should have a vote.
我们用
Make it
最原始
democratic.
的
You
判决
really
方
think
式
that's。going to work?
He's right. Nobody can agree on anything.
What about Bigby?
What about him?
He was appointed. He's the only official representative, really. He
哎
should
呦
be the，judge.
小美人，你说的蛮中
That
肯
makes
的嘛
sense。to me.
I guess it does.
Okay.
Fine.
哇，这
Are you
最后
sure?
决定权要留
This isn't how it's
落在我们手上啊。
Want this right?
Okay, Mr. Wolf, it's your call.
Snow.
Just do what you think is right.
Yes, Sheriff. Do what you think is right.
Teach him a fucking lesson.
No.
拍谁啊？
Has to die.
老高
Just fucking，
我决定
get rid of him.
把你丢下巫术井啊！哎哎，我还没选啊！不是吧？哎哎！啊！
There you are. I hope you all remember this moment. Think of me when you try to sleep.
Finish it, Sheriff.
Please, we can still.
End it all.
撒由那拉。
You know, just
好啦，
between
一路好
us,
走
I
啊
was gonna let you live. But now...
You're going to miss me.
他必须受到他所做的一些事情所去负责啊，所以他必须死。哦，你们在玩什么？如果我都不按，他会这样一直摇吗？哎呀，把你丢下去啦！啊，又不丢啦！啊，又要丢啦，又不丢啦！
No, I won't.
必须要有一个决定啊！
For Lily and Faith.
把他给锁起来，不晓得哪天又跑出来作怪。
Erase from the books.
我这是为了大家好啊！在我们把他丢进到水井之后的一天呢，一天之后，救急我帮不了你了。您这个发炉发的太慢了，对不起你。
Hey, Sheriff. Are you gonna come see the truck off? We're leaving for the farm in a few. Thought you might want to. I don't know.
这个是青猫王子啊，我去看他的
Great.
人物介绍。你相信青猫王子沦落到了清洁工？
This fucking line.
美国队长，这谁？雷神索尔。 好像在。
Oh, Mr. Wolf, Flycatcher left his keys.
然后那时候我们曾经有跟青蛙王子说，他可以来我们这边上班，所以是，
Is everything okay?
是成功的让他来这边工作了吗
I have to take care of this. We'll talk later, okay?
Good morning, Miss White.
You're late.
结果一开始的蓝胡子，我觉得他是那个本游戏最后的大坏蛋，结果不是啊。
Someone's gonna see you, Colin.
干什么啊，臭猪！他叼了一手啤酒回来。啊，你要怎么开？重点是怎么买的，这才是重点吧。
I'm going. Jesus.
We only have like 5 minutes.
Carry me for fuck's sake. I don't give a shit.
啊，蟾蜍，我们要见面啦！
Oh, thank you. It's been pretty busy.
当时要把他载去农场吧，因为他们已经
Sheriff. Nice fucking day.
没有钱买那个伪装幻术。
Shit. Just go grab that, would you?
Sorry about all this. I tried to help.
Just why the hell did she have to send me and me boy away, huh? You promised me I'll get another chance, but Miss White said I had to go up to the damn farm anyway.
Wait, Sheriff Bigby, I have something.
You know, he was up crying all night, poor kid.
Can you give this to Miss White, please? Dad says there's no time to say goodbye, so if you could bring it to her.
哦，居然还有我很忙这个选项，太残忍了吧
Yeah, sure.
I couldn't take them all with me, and she said she liked that one the best.
这什么？
It's a willow beetle. That's a
甲
big
虫
one. They're cool, cause when they're little, they have these pouches that squirt juice at you if you touch them.
你要是碰它们，它就会射出液体。
She said it was pretty.
原来白雪喜欢这种东西呀、
What's it like at the farm? I've heard ogres live there, and they eat people in their sleep sometimes.
食人魔住在那边。
Do we have to go? I want to stay here.
Well, we don't have a choice anymore.
Don't worry. You'll be a lot safer there. There's plenty of space to run around, and a nice river nearby, so you can swim all.
对童话人物来讲啊，那个农场就像是监狱一样、啊。
Don't worry about the Monday seeing you.
所有没有办法幻化成人形的童话人物呢，因为避免被平凡的人类发现，所以他们都把他送去农场那边。
Some of the animals aren't comfortable around wolves,
so you wouldn't know, would you?
We're all set.
Bye, Mr. Wolf.
哪有人载两个童话人物是开这种卡车啊？
Hey, Bigby.
在后座不就被人家看到了吗？
Where's the fucking pig?
I don't know. He must have run off.
Bullshit.
蟾蜍一定觉得很
Saying goodbye?
不平衡啊，因为我们没有让柯林回农场，反而是让他继续留在童话镇里面。
Hi.
Hi.
哦，小美人鱼。
You're still wearing that thing.
Oh. Yeah. I guess I am. It's not easy to forget. I know it seems like I should be able to. It's just.
我很怕他到时候拆下来，结果法力还在，那怎么办啊？那很可怕。
Trying to help, but this is just something I need to do on my own.
对啊。解铃还须系铃人。
I came here because I have to tell you something.
What is it?
It's about what happened to Faith and Lily.
有关于菲斯和莉莉的遭遇。
Faith, Lily, and I, we had this plan. We're gonna find a way out. Leave the pudding and pie for good.
这就是整个命案的起因啊！他们决定要离开驼背人的掌控。
The minute Faith stole that photo, we had dirt on one of the crooked man's allies. If he found out, I had no choice. You have to understand. You've seen how they kept us quiet in that place. Can you imagine the lengths they go just to silence someone who had physical evidence?
Nerissa, just tell me what happened.
I freaked out, okay?
不要怕
If I came clean to Georgie, he'd
哥哥
get
在，
the
不要
crooked
怕
man to leave us alone. We could just forget the whole thing. Maybe try again in a few years.
You what?
So I told him everything. And I begged for mercy for all of us. I didn't want anyone to die over a picture.
What?
You were just trying to protect them.
Yeah. Georgie promised he'd smooth things over with the crooked man.
原来就是你。
But then, oh God.
What happened?
我们不能当个色北北啊！摸他手臂，感觉就有点那个逾矩了。
But that night at the club, Georgie came back and told me things had changed. He had to make an example of us. We had committed treason. And while the two of us were sitting there, as he was telling me this, Faith walked in, and I had to watch while Georgie...
Wait, so Georgie told you all this? Not the crooked man? Back at the well, you said...
I know what I said.
But it wasn't the truth, was it?
What does it matter? I know the crooked man did it. So what if it wasn't the whole truth? It was true enough.
说到底是旧局自己动手先干的。那小美人鱼，
I wasn't gonna let him get away with it because of a
他也是不得已的选择啊。
Especially after that night after Faith. I tried to warn Lily, but she wasn't with her scheduled appointment. So I did the only thing I could do. I left Faith's head at your doorstep.
原来是他把菲斯的头留在我们的门口。
And I left her, just hoping that maybe if I couldn't save them.
我才想说，为什么他如果要这样低调的处决他的员工，就没有必要，一开始就没有必要这么明目张胆的挑衅我们啊，让我们去追这个案子。
The crooked man was counting on that. When we suffer, we do it in silence, and the world likes it that way. We just fade, like we never existed. I couldn't watch that happen to Faith or Lily. Nobody cares about us. Not really.
It's going to be different now, I promise. Things like that won't happen anymore. Not while I'm around.
You'll make things right. You and Snow.
I don't know. It seems like no matter what I do, it's just not enough for her, or anyone. I just can't win with these people.
I know it might feel that way, but they need you, Bigby. Both of you. You two make a good team. The way you look out for each other, and look out for us. You don't see that a lot these days.
I don't really know where we stand anymore.
我真不知道我们现在的关系。
Huh. Things are always different. Look, Bigby. After everything you've done for us, maybe they don't want to admit it, but without you, none of this would have happened. You listened when no one else would. You protected your friends, no matter the cost. And you brought justice to this town. Finally. Because you brought the crooked man in, everyone saw who he really was.
就算整件事情真的不是驼背人所指使的，但他的确是造成童话镇混乱的元凶啊！我是，虽然我们最后可能做出了一个错误的决定，不过我相信这样做是对大家是好的。
You've changed this place.
照他这个说法啦，真的是就举自己动手处理掉菲斯跟莉莉的，不是驼背人所指使。那就举死前会这样讲，就是想要我们，因为他自己要死嘛，所以他拖驼背人下水啊。因为驼背人在之前就想要切割。最后的是。
Trying to place me. You like my ribbon? Do you like it?
Faith wore one too. Would hide her beauty so she could escape his kingdom.
They used to call me the Little Mermaid.
Did Dr. Swinehart ever get back to you about Faith?
He said he wanted to run more tests.
I hope you find what you're looking for.
哇塞！最后的胜利者就是小美人鱼啊！
Wolf.
他有什么秘密吗？结束了，一个悬念哎。他小美人鱼最后在我们处决掉驼背人之后呢，他跟我们说出了真相。一开始是他们3个人准备要逃离这个地方，但是结果他把另外2个人的照片，就是他们的计划跟那个George讲，看他能不能放过他们一马。然后他就说答应他会跟驼背人好好谈一谈，结果这时候菲斯走进来了，他不得已就直接就直接动手，就把那个菲斯给杀掉，最后就变成一发不可收拾啊！然后他又不能讲真话，所以当中呢，我们有一直去跟他询问，或者说他来找我们，但是他一直暗示，就最后刚才在回想那个画面，所以。还有什么隐情我们没有发现的吗？搞成这样子，这根本就不是个 happy ending 啊，感觉也没有一个完结啊，所以是应该还会有第2季吧。最后的选项居然是有跟着他，然后我是选择跟着他了，哇，一个扑朔迷离耶！所以驼背人也是死人冤枉啊！啊，不对啦，他该死啊！我这边有个选择哦。你谎称没有在公寓外面看到美女，这是因为我答应他啦，对不对？你的侦探技巧令他刮目相看，是你躲太烂了吧？我记得他一开始躲在一个那个草丛后面，随便看都看得出来啊。我们是看这审问的时候，我先打了他，然后后来又选择保护他，我把他干掉了。这个抉择会影响到我什么吗？我把阿瓜给杀掉了。哦，好啦，那就这样啦。与狼同行第1季的5个章节就在这边告一个段落啦，剩下的我们就等它开放新的游戏内容，我们再继续玩咯。那今天感谢大家的收看，关台咯，大家晚安，拜拜。